Welcome back to the channel. It's episode 2 of my early retirement adventure, and today we're talking about where my money was sitting at the end of January 2025. Now, this was an interesting time. I had just quit working on January 22nd, and right as I stepped into freedom, the stock market stepped into chaos. President Trump was transitioning into the White House again, tariffs were in the headlines, and the markets were basically saying, "Hey, Tim, welcome to retirement. Hope you packed a helmet." So let's break down what my financial world looked like during all that excitement. When I walked out of work for the last time, my net worth was about $750,000. By January 31st, it was $739,400. Not a disaster, but definitely a, hey, wait, where'd that 10K go moment? The market was choppy, unpredictable, and apparently had a personal vendetta against my timing. Let's start with my brokerage and traditional IRA accounts. About $412,000 in my brokerage account and $123,000 in my traditional IRA. This was my biggest chunk of money, and most of it was sitting in IYW and IVW. And then backing them up were FBGRX, FSELX, and FSPTX. Basically, if it had anything to do with growth or tech, I probably owned a piece of it. I should have just told Fidelity, give me the stuff that stresses everyone out. My Roth 401k was at $136,000. It was split between the Fidelity Growth Pool, the S&P 500 Index Fund, and a little sprinkle of the TIP 2030 Fund just to keep things balanced. Next up is my HSA, my little future medical piggy bank. It had about $7,400 in it, small but mighty. About 95% of it was invested in IYW and IVW. 5% I kept in cash for actual medical expenses, in case life decides to surprise me with a bill. My high-yield savings account had about $49,000 in it. It was earning around 3.8%, which felt like a financial warm blanket in the middle of a cold January. Nothing exciting, but definitely comforting. And then there's my checking account with $12,000. This is the money that actually pays for real life. Food, gas, and the occasional impulse buy that I absolutely pretend was part of the plan. Now let's talk about the fun stuff, expenses. I spend between $5,000 and $6,000 a month, so let's call it $72,000 a year. We'll break that down in a future episode, but here's the big goal. My goal is for my accounts to grow more than I spend each year, so my net worth keeps moving in the right direction. That way I'm building a cushion for those times when the market isn't exactly cooperating. A key part of that strategy will be keeping some money in high-yield ETFs to help generate monthly passive income. They don't cover everything, but they take the pressure off and soften the blow when the market decides to reenact a roller coaster. So that's where everything stood at the end of January 2025, my financial starting point. The market was shaky, my timing was questionable at best, but hey, that's what makes this journey interesting. In the next episodes, we'll dig deeper into how these investments performed, how my expenses shift, and how I'm navigating retirement one unpredictable month at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in episode 3.